Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This week at OCC, we continued our Advent series by looking at one of the most surprising names Isaiah gives to the coming Messiah, Mighty God. And what's interesting is that Isaiah doesn't speak that name into a calm or peaceful moment. He speaks it into chaos. Judah was terrified, two nations were threatening to invade them, and their king Ahaz was scrambling really for help in all the wrong places. Instead of trusting God, he reached for the biggest human strength that he could find, Assyria. And it looked wise for about 5 minutes until the nation he trusted ended up ruling over him. Ahaz isn't a villain that we mock. He's really us on a bad day. Because when we're afraid, we'll grab onto something that promises strength. Control, money, work, distraction, numbing, performance, approval. Assyria always looks strong at first, and then it starts to shape you. It starts to rule you. And right into that darkness, with the people panicking and running to anything that made them feel secure, God speaks this promise. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. And it continues, "For to us a child is born, and his name shall be called Mighty God." A child, not a general, not a new alliance, not a political rescue, a child carrying a name no human had ever carried, Mighty God. And when you look at Jesus, you see exactly what that means. Mighty God comes in a way that no one expected, not with force, not with intimidation, but in humility. The God who holds the galaxies becomes a baby who's simply held by a teenage girl. His strength isn't loud, but it's close. It's strength that we can approach. And so as Jesus grows, you see his authority. Everywhere he goes, he speaks to storms and they obey. He touches the sick and they're healed. He confronts evil and darkness flees. He calls the dead by name and they rise. He never strains, never postures, never flexes. He just simply acts because he's Mighty God walking through his creation. And then Jesus turns all of that power towards the deepest enemies we face: sin, shame, guilt, the enemy who accuses us. At the cross, he doesn't just forgive sin, he cancels sin, he breaks sin, he disarms the forces that held us in fear. The greatest act of his strength was giving his life for us. 3 days later, he rises with resurrection power, and Romans says that he was declared with power to be the Son of God. He ascends, he reigns, he builds his kingdom, and Isaiah's promise is fulfilled. Of the increase of his government and of peace, there will be no end. Mighty God hasn't grown tired, his strength hasn't faded, his reign hasn't stalled. And so what does this mean for us? Well, I think it means this, that when you're overwhelmed, he's strong for you. When you're battling shame and sin, he's already won the deeper war. When you can't see a way forward, he knows the way, and he leads with care. And so when you're tempted to maybe lean on your own kind of Assyria, he invites you back into his strength. You don't have to be mighty. You don't have to hold everything together. You don't have to carry the weight of your life alone. Mighty God has come for you with strength that saves, steadies, and carries us. So if this has encouraged you, then I think I would encourage you maybe to share it with someone who could use a reminder that God hasn't stepped back, that he's close and he's strong. If you happen to be in the Aurelia area, we would love for you to join us on a Sunday here at OCC as we continue these next couple weeks walking through Advent together, Sundays at 10 a.m. Thank you.